Hello, everybody. I just did an hour and 20-minute podcast, so I'm grinding. Long day. So this is your 10-minute sports report. I am your host, Captain Boyne. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all the sports fans in your life, or non-sports fan, or people who just want to keep up with sports for 10 minutes a day. Go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcast. You keep watching, I will keep making this. The minute people stop watching, I stop making this content. So, not too much is going on throughout the world of sports. I'm basically going to give you some baseball scores and then pretty much get you out of here. So let's just jump right into it. A check on our friendly neighborhood lowest salary teams in baseball. We are going to start in the city by the Three Rivers, and that would be the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates, after the one-game winning streak of beating the Miami Marlins 3-1, they then lost 4-3, lost 4-2, and then they beat the Padres 9-4. They currently sit 6 games under 500. However, still only 5 back of the NL Central lead. Still plenty of time, but they got to kind of start stringing some wins together. We'll jump on over to the AL East. The Baltimore Orioles had a 3-game winning streak snapped with a 3-1 loss to the Cincinnati Reds. They previously beaten the Reds 10-3, beat the Seattle Mariners 3-2, and the Seattle Mariners 6-4. They sit 4.5 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays for the AL East. The entire AL East is on a losing streak. Tampa, Baltimore, New York, Toronto all have 1-game losing streak. Boston is just sucking it up, my team, at 3-game losing streak. Baltimore, however, still does sit tops in the wild card. The Tampa Bay Rays, best team in baseball, are on a win-loss pattern right now. They beat the Royals 11-3, then lost to them 9-4, then beat them 3-1, and then lost to the Diamondbacks 8-4. They currently are record-wise still the best team in baseball at 54-28, sit atop of the AL East with a 1-game losing streak. One of the hottest teams in baseball, the Cincinnati Reds, cooled off there. After their 11-game winning streak was snapped by the Braves 7-6, they then went on to lose again 7-6, and then again to the Orioles 10-3. So they had a 3-game losing streak, and then they beat the Orioles 3-1. They are currently playing the Orioles, and they are winning 3-0 in the bottom of the first. They lead the NL Central by a half game over the Milwaukee Brewers and sit 4 games above 500 at 42-38. Take a live look around the standings right now. The leaders of the American League divisions are Tampa in the East, Minnesota in the Central, and Texas in the West. Look around the NL. The Atlanta Braves are catching the Tampa Bay Rays and now sit only 1 game off of the best record in Major League Baseball at 53-27. The Reds sit in first place in the Central, and the Arizona Diamondbacks sit first place in the West. If we look throughout the wild card, things are still pretty interesting. The Orioles, the Yankees, and the Los Angeles Angels would all make the playoffs right now. I should mention Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball. He had 10 strikeouts the other night and 2 home runs. He is doing stuff that not even Babe Ruth is doing. He currently leads the Angels in all statistical categories, leads the MLBs in home runs and RBIs, and is top 5 in ERA, that is earned run average, which is only given out to pitchers. The Blue Jays, the Astros, and the Red Sox all are within 3.5 games of the Angels for that last wild card spot. Go on down to the National League. The Miami Marlins and San Francisco Giants lead the Los Angeles Dodgers. They would all make the playoffs as wild card teams. The Phillies and the Brewers are 3 and 3.5 games back, respectively. So just a quick look around the world of sports here in the NFL. The NFL issuing gambling bans are expected to come down later this week, including Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers. So stay tuned for that, as I will have more as that is coming through. In the NBA, Victor Wembanyama officially measures in at 7 feet 3.5 inches. A lot of people were saying he was 7'5", so he is an inch and a half shorter than most people were expecting, for those of you who do math. Bulls and Star center Nikola Vucevic reach a 3-year, $60 million extension. He will turn 33 this season. He played all 82 games last season and averaged 17.5 points. And to take a look coming up in the NHL. The NHL draft is coming up, and the Blackhawks have the number 1 overall pick, and they are going to select, or it's kind of like a Victor Wembanyama situation. They are going to select Connor Bedard with the first overall pick. He is 17, and he's being called a generational talent thanks to his shooting ability and puck possession skills. Sorry, I took off my headphones because a random sound was playing. He is the highest hype prospect since Connor McDavid was drafted first overall by the Edmonton Oilers in 2015. Speaking of Connor McDavid, he won his 3rd MVP trophy for the NHL, and that is setting him in some very high prestige categories. That'll do it for this rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Check back Friday for another rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Go follow us on Instagram, as I tend to try to post interesting things there every day now. Until then, wash your hands, you filthy animals. God bless you all, and peace out.